I wouldn't take anything for having been raised the way that I was. It is because I was sexually abused, raped, that I have such empathy for people who've experienced that. It is because I was raised poor and no running water and going to the well and getting whippings that I have such compassion for people who have experienced it. And so it has given me a broader understanding and a deeper appreciation for every little and big thing that I now have.
At 67 years old, with a lifetime of career and personal achievements under her belt, Oprah Winfrey is taking a closer look at her own story. Did you find as you were digging through all this that there was actually some grief inside you that had yet to be resolved, had yet to be healed?
I didn't, but you're just asking the question makes me emotional. I don't know how I did it. There's a beautiful poem called Yet Do I Marvel by County Cullen. And yet do I marvel at my life.
And what a marvelous life Oprah has led, despite all she had to overcome, from sexual assault to painful discipline she refers to as whippings. Young Oprah leaned on her faith to help her survive.
You know, my grandmother, who was very harsh, but a lot of Black parents during that era, the idea of hugging and loving on your child or even allowing the child to feel seen was just not a part of her life. But she did give me Jesus. She did give me a belief in something bigger than myself. So I'm grateful for that.
I love how you said up till you were about 10, you thought Jesus was your daddy. I thought that was the best. Oprah recently reflected on her own childhood trauma in What Happened to You.
This book made me think really differently about my own life. So I think that certainly all of the feelings of not fitting in, or my disease to please, or feeling like if I don't do what everybody wants me to do, I'm going to be rejected somehow. What I was afraid of in every instance, I'm afraid I'm going to get a whipping. I'm afraid I'm going to get that whipping, even though I'm the boss lady, even though I'm the one in charge, even though I'm the one who's running the business. I was still trying to process and figure that part of myself out. I've never had a clinical therapist. I've never gone to a therapist. I've never laid on anybody's couch. I don't know if that's even real. Do you lay on the couch?
The Oprah Winfrey Show was Oprah's form of therapy. For 25 seasons, she helped others tell their stories and saw pieces of her own life within theirs.
The first time I was able to admit that I had been sexually abused, raped, assaulted as a 9-year-old happened on television.
I was raped by a relative. At the time,
and it happened on television because a woman was sharing her story. And I thought, I swear, until that moment, I was the only person who'd ever had that happen to me. So in the middle of her, in a show, sharing her story, I went, that happened to me. And so that's how I got my therapy.
It's that same strength in numbers mentality that Oprah brings to the new Apple TV Plus docuseries, The Me You Can't See.
Mental health matters, and that's the reality.
Everyone has experienced a different version of the same thing.
Carrie's story, my story, Glenn Close's story, Gaga's story, all there to show you that it doesn't matter where you come from, what your background is, how much money you have, that we're all in the spectrum with everybody else.
In the series, Oprah reveals the impact of a childhood teacher.
That's the only place I ever really felt loved. And it's the reason why, for so many years, I wanted to be a teacher, to be able to give to other kids what my teachers had given to me.
That's why there are stories from people's names you know and people's names you don't know, but that are equally relatable.
For people to get rid of that stigma of mental health, people have to speak out, and Prince Harry has been speaking out.
Only after meeting Meg did you start the process of trying to figure it out. You hadn't tried it before. No.
And I quickly established that if this relationship was going to work, that I was going to have to deal with my past.
With his speaking out, Oprah, he's gotten some criticism. I don't know whether it's for speaking out too much. He asked for privacy, and now people feel like they're seeing him everywhere. What are the critics not understanding about what's going on?
I ask for privacy and I'm talking all the time. So I think being able to have a life that you are not intruded upon by photographers or people flying overhead or invading your life is what every person wants and deserves. That's what people are missing. Privacy doesn't mean silence.
When they did their interview with you, reflecting on it, did they have any regrets about sitting down and talking about their lives?
They have not shared any regrets with me. I understood what had happened to them, and I wanted the rest of the world to come away being able to answer the question, why did they leave? And I think by the time that interview was done, people understood. Why did they leave?
Yeah. Asking and answering poignant questions over the course of her lifetime is what has defined Oprah Winfrey, her career, and now her own personal healing. But one thing she never questioned was God's plan for her life. How did you square the fact that you loved God so deeply and dearly, yet somehow these bad things were just happening to you? How did you square those two?
I love this question, Hoda. There is a wonderful hymn that says, I wouldn't take nothing for my journey now, for my journey now, for my journey now.
The journey, a culmination of what Oprah refers to as post-traumatic wisdom.
One of the reasons I do consider myself wise at this point in my life is because I've not only paid attention to my life, been observant of what's happened to me, but I've been a student of other people's lives and paid attention to what has happened to them. Everybody wants to be seen, and they want to be heard, and they want to know that their story matters.
I mean, we loved her before, loved her even more after. She said she'd never been to therapy, but she did say her therapist was Gayle King. She said, if you have a best friend, she said, it works. And the other thing she said that struck me was the overriding emotion she had in childhood was loneliness. That was what she remembers the most about being a kid. But she's obviously turned the beat around, and she's still dealing with things even now, because we can deal with something, and then 10 years later, you got to deal with it again, deal with it again. So anyway, it was a real
amazing.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Really terrific.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot more with Oprah coming up on Hoda and Jen, and you can see our full conversation. It's on our streaming channel. Just head to today.com/all-day at noon and 9 Eastern.
I know what I'm doing tonight. You guys, you know what? She didn't say that to just anybody. You guys played.
Absolutely.
There's Gayle, but then there's Hoda.
Yeah, we all had goosebumps on it. That was an incredible interview. We should also mention Oprah and Prince Harry's documentary, The Me You Can't See, is now streaming on Apple TV+.
All right, let's get another check of the weather.
I want more Oprah and Hoda.
I know, it was good.
That's what I need. Okay. Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.